I have the ability to take some questions. I just simply want you to understand that we still have major crime detectives and Newtown detectives working at the scene in the school. That is not completed. That probably will not be completed for at least another day and a half to 2 days, and I'm putting a time limit on it, and it could take longer. As I explained to you in previous press conferences, we've done everything we need to do to literally peel back the onion layer by layer, okay, and examine every crack and crevice of that facility, and that does not include, or exclude, I should say, the outside of the building. The outside of the building is also a part of the crime scene, every single vehicle in that lot, so it's going to be a long, painstaking process. We actually have 3 teams now, 3 major crime teams in the community. Our local partners are working with us, and we're going to move that and expedite that along as quickly as possible. We had a meeting this morning, and that was a delay with the superintendent of schools. She will be hopefully in the not too distant future up here to talk briefly about some of the issues that she has encountered. The minute the medical examiner is done, and I mean that sincerely, the minute he is done, he is coming here, and we will again provide all the detailed information, or as much detailed information as we can, relative to the work that his office did both overnight and continue to do as we speak. Again, as far as actual specific questions, I'll take a few, but I have to tell you, all right, there are certain things that we're just simply cards that we're holding close to our chest in this investigation until nothing's taken out of context and we have continuity of all the information that we provide. Yes, sir.
Paul, there were reports that there were other guns other than what he used found in the school. Are those reports accurate?
No, that's not accurate. The weaponry that was recovered by our investigators recovered in close proximity of the deceased. And again, we're investigating the history of each and every weapon, and we will know every single thing about those weapons. And I know follow-up questions are legally registered, who are the owners, and so on and so forth. That's all being done by the investigator that's assigned to that task.
Has the motive been determined?
Yeah, we're going to allow the medical examiner. We're going to wait for the medical examiner to come in and provide the identities of the shooter, of all the deceased in this investigation.
Lieutenant, have you found any writings, any emails, any messages that would have been liked to you as to what his motive was?
That certainly is a fair, good question. The answer I can give you on that is that our investigators at the crime scene, the school, and secondarily at the secondary crime scene that we discussed, where the female was located deceased, did produce some very good evidence in this investigation that our investigators will be able to use in hopefully painting the complete picture as to how, and more importantly, why this occurred.
Did he characterize the type of evidence?
We're not going to name the evidence. We're not going to talk about the evidence. It's simply stated it's part and parcel of the investigation. I don't want to take it out of context of what's being done.
School. We've heard witnesses tell us about shattered glass in the entrance of the school.
We have established a point of entry. It was, I can tell you, it's believed he was not voluntarily let into the school at all. That he forced his way into the school, but that's as far as we can go on that.
Are there broken windows at the school?
Are there what? Yeah, quite frankly, that's something, again, if you take it out of context, it sounds suspicious, but as the rescue crews arrived, the active shooting teams entered the school. They entered the school from several different points, and it necessitated forcing their way in to gain access to perform the rescue and to save as many students and faculty as they possibly could. Hence, law enforcement broke many windows. What's that? The other crime scene? Yeah, the secondary crime scene, as I told you, was a crime scene that was discovered pursuant to the investigation. Once we had a tentative identification on the suspect, we began doing a great deal of work. Again, peeling back the onion, everything we could find out about that suspect, including and not limited to relatives, friends, co-workers, former students, location of residence, and all those areas people had to be interviewed, and all those areas had to be examined. Hence, that caused us to discover the secondary crime scene, which was a private residence with a sole female deceased.
The evidence at the house, do you think it would provide you a motive or an explanation as to why he went to school?
To be determined. The detectives will certainly analyze everything and put a complete picture together of the evidence that they did obtain, and we're hopeful that it'll paint a complete picture as to how and why this entire incident, unfortunate incident, occurred. I'm sorry.